Hey guys, andreasxp here, and today we are playing Kerbal Space Program again, and today I have a very special thing, like always. Today we are not going to build anything like that flies to a very distant planet, or does something very special. Well, I guess this thing is special. Today we are going to be exploring something that was added in some of the latest updates, and that is a new size of your rocket. Well, if you play Kerbal Space Program, you probably know that there are several common sizes of how your rocket can be. For example, okay, let's choose some first part here, just so we can take other parts and look at them. For example, your common one is mk1, which fits like that. Like, let's compare the sizes. This is mk1. Then you have mk2 slash Rokomax size. There's like a fictional company called Rokomax, if you know that. This is Rokomax X216 fuel tank, or this Jumbo 64 fuel tank. Basically, yeah, all the difference is the diameter. This is mk2. Oh, or is it mk2? No, it's not mk2. It's not mk2, I'm sorry. This is called 2.25 meters. mk2 is another thing, and it's something like this, kind of stretched, and this circle right here is your mk1, your usual mk1 thing. So there's mk2, there's also mk3. Both mk2 and mk3 are used for the shuttles, or planes, if you want to build a big plane. This is mk3, giant thing, and another giant thing is 3 point something meters. Is it written here? Or Kerbodyne size, the one that you build your giant booster rockets from. But with new updates, there is a new size implemented, and that is mk0, which is super small. I think it was called something different before, and there wasn't a lot of stuff you could do with it. But now you have engines of the size of mk2 or mk0. You have fuel tanks the size of mk0, basically everything. And my quest here today is to build a plane and hopefully a rocket of the size of mk0. Of course, it's nothing useful, but as you all know, in Kerbal Space Program it's much easier to fly smaller rockets than it is to fly bigger rockets. So maybe it will be like super easy and simple, and the plane will be so amazing that it will complete every possible achievement in the world. Who knows? Of course, the first problem that we encounter here is that we don't have a seat for a pilot, because we only have seats mk1 cockpit, which is obviously mk1, mk1 command pod, mk1, mk1/2, which is 2.25 meters, mk2, mk2, 2.25, mk3, 2.25, and then there's your usual autopilot stuff. So let's first try to build it with autopilot. We could also use the seat, the external command seat, but we'll think about that later. Let's first build it with autopilot. So for example, this Suborbital Octo 2 is mk0, I think. We'll check that in a second. Where is my mk0? Yeah, it is mk0. So this is our like front part of the plane, and don't freak out because it's obviously it's not aerodynamic or anything like that, but it's totally okay, because if you have a big plane, it hits a lot of air on his way, and you need a lot of airflow, like how it's called. You need it to be aerodynamic, yes. But with a small plane, it's not that big of a deal. Trust me. Okay, then we have mk0. Let's put another mk0. Now let's look at the engines. This is the interesting part. So we of course still have our radial mounted engines, and if those, if any of the normal mounted won't work, we'll use our radial mounted. But let's first look through these all. First of all, there are rocket engines that we can use, but for example Spark I think we can use. Yeah, we can use Spark for it. It's mk0. I wonder if it's reading here. No, it's not. We have our propulsion engine, the one that's xenon engine, yes. So we can use xenon if we want, instead of liquid fuel like our tanks. Juno is mk0, so this is probably what we'll use. It's super small. Basic jet engine, yeah. This is your first engine. Look how mk1 is bigger compared to mk0. Ridiculous. And imagine how many of those little planes you can send to another planet with one rocket. Also could be amazing. Talking about our last mission where I sent a plane to Leze. It was fun, kind of. So let's first try it with Juno, because honestly I don't think there's anything else that can help us here. There are like these engines, we can attach this one if we really want. Vector, is Vector? Yeah, it's oxidizer. Okay, let's do it with this one. Air intakes will be a problem. There are no mk0 air intakes as far as I know. Let's check just to be sure. Ramp intake is mk1. There are radial air intakes, which are probably the ones to use in this kind of situation. Circle intake is mk1. Engine pre-coolers, yeah, giant mk1. Okay, what else? Shock cone, small circle. Oh, there is. Oh, wow! I didn't even think there would be one. Okay, so there is a circular intake the size of mk0. Wow. Okay, optimized for subsonic flight. Oh, who cares? Okay, and now for the wings. There are like delta wings, there are small delta wings, and small delta wings for a plane like ours is super giant, so hopefully I can find something which is better than that. We need like the smallest wings possible here, because big wings are heavy lift, but they're also heavy themselves, you know. And I don't want to get it super heavy, because otherwise we won't fly it. We only have one super small engine. We have those which are almost a perfect variant for us, since they are not moving by themselves, and there's only this down part that is moving. But let's first cycle through this. Look at these big ass wing strakes. Yes, they are wing strakes, look at them, and they're so giant. This almost looks like something from Star Wars, if you ask me. Okay, let's not dream about this too much. There are basic fins. I think basic fins are too small, in fact. But we could try it with them. We'll try it with different variants, since we have a lot of time and not a lot of choice. Let's try these first. I think these are a good variant. And also, let's look in the controls. I don't think... Oh, we have... Yes, we have small inline reaction wheel. Look at this. Everything is coming together. I didn't even think there will be an option for this. Let's do it like this, since we don't have anything to help us roll, and this will do perfectly, I think. Okay, and Talking about wheels, wheels could be a disaster. The smallest ones are steerable landing gears, which are kind of our size. These are way bigger already. Your usual wheels. We could also use your roller wheels, not these two. Look at this wheel. It's like 3 times as big as our whole plane. We can use these. These are too big too. Okay, so let's use steerable landing gear. I don't believe that is steerable, but we don't have a lot of options here, right? Okay, let's put some here and some down here. Wow, okay, they're super big. And let's try to fly it. See what happens. I'll probably will crash first, second, third time. It's really a question of how many times I will crash. Okay, let's adjust the brightness a little bit. Okay, so this is our plane, ready to go. Engine, activate please. What the hell? Oh, what? We're already out of electric charge. Oh yeah, right, because we were moving time. Okay, didn't think that through. Let's return to spaceplane hangar and add some solar batteries to this baby. I think this will be the best decision here. Yeah, because 5 electric charges is really not a lot, and we are using our stability control. Let's see how much one generates, I wonder. Might be enough for 21 minute, and what this takes 1.8, and this one 15. Yes, so one solar panel is basically enough for us. Great job me. Even if we are at full everything, we'll still regain electricity. Yeah, okay, now you see it's spending, but when it turns day, yeah, it's spending, 0. Then we turn day, and now, see it's regaining. We can activate this, we can activate that, activate everything. Oh, actually, the thing generates electricity, okay. So we couldn't really test it very well. Look at this thing, it flies, like, flies! Wow! And it flies pretty fast, I would say. I wonder what speeds it can reach. Look at it go! Already 170 meters per second. Okay then. It turns really bad, that's a problem. Well, we'll fix it in a future release, I guess. Okay, let's first do a speed test. How fast can it fly? Okay, pull up a bit so we don't fly into the ground. 220, okay, this is going well so far. Wow, who would have thought? 260. I wonder if it will hit sonic speeds. Okay, 280. It's still crawling up. Wow, I didn't really expect that. I expected it to fly like a brick, and it is flying pretty well so far. Still crawling. Will it hit 300? I wonder. And yes, we did hit 300, but I guess that's about the limit. The thing gets, yeah, 301, and it really doesn't go. And as soon as we start moving it, it will lose its speed. Okay, now it's accelerating, but once we turn, yeah, you see how fast we turn, how fast we lose the speed already. Yeah, we already spent more than 100 meters per second. Okay. These wheels are not really great. I think this is those wheels are the worst thing in this whole plane. They they really limit our speeds. So let's not revert to planes hanger. Let's crash this thing actually, because I don't want to move the time every time we start anything. And down we go. Yay. Cool. Okay, space center please. Space plane hangar. So yeah, a little opportunity for you guys. If you can't build a giant rocket, build a small rocket or a plane. Okay, so let's do something with the wings, and let's do something with the wheels. So because those were our biggest problems. With wheels, I prefer just to remove them completely, because this looks much sleeker, I would say. Don't you think so? Looks amazing. Okay, now what? What do we do with the wings? Obviously we need more control over this thing. So just these won't really do. We need more control surfaces. We could use the winglets. But I fear that if we use winglets, then we'll have they move like a complete thing. They're not like a fixed wing with something moving at the back. So I fear that they will break or affect our flying capabilities too much. But we'll see. Instead of wheels, for now let's just use these things. This looks funny. Okay. And let's name it something, since we are launching so many times. More than 2. Let's name it Mosquito. Why not, right? Save and launch. I'm trying to think of what you can do. Oh. Well, that was unfortunate. Fly. No. Didn't work. Poor thing. Okay. Reverse flight to launch. Let's try do it like this. Let's first warm up the engine and then release our everything. Okay, let's let it warm up. Thrust. Let's see how much thrust we have. I think maximum is 20, if I remember right. So let's go to about maybe 18 or 19. Okay, I think that's about right. We can try to fly. Oh no! Okay, we almost did it. I don't want to scrap this concept and add wheels back, because that's not fun. What we could do is add wheels back, but with a secret. Let's add this thing. I think you already guessed what I'm trying to do here. Okay. Looks decent. Let's move it forwards a bit though. Okay, now let's add our wheels. Where were they? Structural? No. Here's a go. Okay, let's add a wheel here. Let's add a wheel here. Okay, looks decent. And let's readjust the staging a bit. Okay. Save and launch. See how this flies. Probably pretty bad. Whoa! That was a jump. Okay, let's put it back on its wheels. Okay, and let's see how it flies. And now, yes! Oh man, look at this! This works even much better than I thought. Oh, kind of. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. What the hell? Okay, maybe it's not as good as I thought it would be. It's really like a mosquito. Look at it, it's flopping its wings. Wow. Clearly the best piece of everything that I built in my whole... Ah, no, pull up! Great. Okay, why was that happening, I wonder? I think what we will try to do is revert to launch and maybe try to fix some... to disable some of this stuff over here. I don't really know what that all is. Okay, let's remove this. Bye. So now it flies pretty well, and now it starts to freak out. Why, I wonder? What am I... Okay, maybe let's disable roll. No, roll is not what's affecting it. Let's disable yo. Oh, maybe it was... No, no, still not. Oh, it's the pitch. I see. Yeah, and now it's all good and great. Wow, look at it go. Oh, but now... Yeah, I see. But now, then, when I disabled the pitch, I cannot really... I don't use the wings for the purpose I tried to use them. You know what I mean? Okay, now I'm turning... I start turning bad again. That is what I was afraid of. Okay, let's try to do it with caps lock. Okay, it fluctuates, but a bit less. Not really what I wanted to see. And let's do a speed for the speed test. Yeah. Okay, let's disable pitch again, because it's wrecking everything. Let's see here. Yeah, look at it. Wow. Didn't really expect it to be so good. Wow. Amazing. Truly. They should let players use mk0 everything from the beginning in career mode, because this is so nice, and it's not any expensive and not hard to build. And we are already hitting like 380. Look how much those wheels were limiting us. We are already hitting 400 meters per second with no problem at all, and going even farther. Wow. But I think the air intake suffers now. Oh, it doesn't really show me. Yeah, 430, no problem. Look at it. Let's pitch down a bit so we lose altitude, but let's gain as much speed as we can before we hit the ground. 450, 460, holy shit. I want to hit 500, but I don't think that's possible. Oh, let's pitch up a bit. Just a bit. Look at it, like sliding near the surface. Oh, whoa, whoa. Yeah, and at big speeds we started to like turn in random directions and eventually crashed. So this was nice. I think that turned out pretty well. What else can we do? Let's think. There's not really a lot of parts to do anything really with this plane. Let's leave it for now. You know what, let's leave it for now, and let's try to build a rocket. Now, a rocket is much more interesting because rockets actually fly in space, and they need to have staging and all that. Rockets are much more complicated than planes, that's what I'm trying to say. So let's try to do so. The problem that I encountered before recording this video, when I was like screwing around with mk0, is that well, we don't have a lot of parts when building planes with mk0. Well, with building with rockets with mk0 we really don't have a lot of parts, although there are some parts that we can use that were available to us before even the recent updates. I think Oscar B fuel tank was available from the one of the very beginnings, like from very early versions. That's what I'm trying to say. And it's mk0. Now it's called mk0. So let's add a bunch of those because they're quite small. Maybe 4 would be nice. And let's add an engine. So look at the engine ISP in the engines tab. Engine ISP is 270 and 300. Let's compare it to something that we usually use. Terrier is 85, 345. So this is more of like, yeah, more of the liquid fuel LVT engines, the ones that are available for you from the beginning in career mode. So it's like in the atmosphere is good, in space it's also pretty good, unlike the Terrier that is like super terrible in atmosphere but quite amazing in space. Let's see what else can we use. The Spider is quite a terrible engine from the looks of it. And is more like this one. However, I don't think we will use this one over the Spark. I wonder if it's even yeah, okay, it is a bit smaller, right? So we can use several of them. We could also go with monopropellant, because at these sizes monopropellant actually becomes an efficient fuel source. Okay, Vector, I think Vector is mk1. Wasn't really sure about that. We could use ion engines. I don't think they will be quite as good as monopropellant though, because monopropellant is much more powerful than ion engines, and we really need a lot of electricity, and we don't have a lot of weight limits to put our batteries. Okay, let's not waste time here. For solid fuel, I was looking at it all, and from the looks of it, I don't think that we have any options here except for separatrons. Because all the boosters, you basically use them in career mode, and first goes Flea, solid liquid boosters, which is mk1, then Hammer, bigger but still mk1, then it's Thumper, and then it's Kickback. Look at it. Like, wow, okay, compared to this size. So I think our only option here is Separatron, and you know, we don't really need to use boosters, so let's try without them first. Let's attach our engines that we chose, and let's think if we really want aerodynamics, because that's a question. This is mk1, yeah, this is way bigger. We could use small nose cones. Yeah, I think it's mk0. Let's try it without this thing and see how like it performs. I'm interested in if it will fly at all or not. Okay. Oh wow, it will fly, and it will fly pretty well. Look at it go. Okay, maybe not as good as I thought it would be. Yeah, it's pretty garbage. Look at how much fuel we are spending. But let's like do our usual fly thing and see how close to space we can get. Don't think we will going to get very close. But it's flying pretty good so far. Oh no, we are losing control. We are losing control because I forgot the control surface for this little piece of shit. Okay, that was a mistake. Let's revert to vehicle assembly. Let's attach the inline reaction wheel. SIS01. Wow. Let's do what? Let's attach some boosters. The ones that we chose, separatrons. Maybe they will help, maybe not, who knows. One thing that I know is they are pretty light that we don't even need to detach them. I think it will become even less efficient if we do separators here, because separators are not light. Yes. Oh, look at it go now. Wow, holy shit. Okay. This is way better. Yeah, but they don't last really long. Let's see how high we can get. One else thing that we could try is to do like closer to your normal boosters, but with a concept that I used in how do we call it, in my Eve back and return mission. The last episode, basically. Watch it, it's cool, kind of, not really. Where I, instead of solid fuel boosters, I use liquid fuel engines that you use on your planes, and that did help. In fact, I didn't really get to the point where I could use them, but I used them before, and with a much smaller form factor, you would basically get the same power set of this solid fuel engines, but they are more expensive, that's for sure. Okay, look at it. Look at this thing. We are flying quite well so far. We are now, yes, my kind of thing that I use for myself, how do you call that? A little reminder or something to show you that you're doing well. Oh, why am I... What? Am I out of I'm out of electricity? Yeah, are you kidding me? Oh, that was so cool, but look at it. We still have some fuel, not a lot of fuel, but some fuel. And look at how much did we get out of this. I wanted to get into orbit, but well, this is pretty amazing too. I wonder if we can build a single stage to orbit with this thing. Wow, this is amazing. Yeah, got in space, no problem with these boosters. Just needed some extra power. And now we'll fix our problems and attach the liquid fuel boosters. So let's do that. How do you do liquid fuel boosters, you might ask? Well, I'll explain to you right about now. And first you need some decouplers. Yeah, but you don't have a lot of small decouplers in here, that's a problem. So I guess we'll have to go with these radial decouplers that are fucking giant. But it's okay, because we are adding a whole lot of raw power to this thing. Let's add our, not this, good old mk0. We are going with mk0 if possible. That's the kind of rule here. Because we are trying new things, and we are trying new things, we need to try new things. We are using our basic jet engines. We are using small circular intakes, just like we did with our plane. And I think we could use some... Oh, holy shit, those are giants. This is your radial air intakes. Look at them. Holy fucking shit. How much is this intaking? 0.5. And how much we can intake for one engine? 1.4. So we need plus one more. These are... wow, shit, look at this piece of art. Yes, totally. Let's leave it without everything like this. Uh, that was interesting to see. Okay, I think that we might engage our main thing there too. So let's do it like this. Let's do what? Instead of wasting our time with nose cones, let's attach a parachute, because this parachute apparently is mk0. I just yeah, noticed that. So we will have aerodynamic and we will have a parachute to land us down. But the parachute doesn't need to be in this stage, it needs to be here. Okay, let's see if we can do... oh, no, wait a sec. Let's see if we can do a suborbital jump. But first, let me attach some solar panels. This is what I would say, let me take a selfie. Didn't you? Maybe you didn't. Maybe it's just my imagination. How much do we need? We don't need 6. Although they are weightless and I don't really care how much we attach. Let's attach something like this, and let's also rotate these so it's looking better. Yeah, okay, I think it's good. Let's fly. Wow, that turned out way better than I thought it would. Okay, so these are warming up, and as I thought they... oh no, they did get us off the ground. That's amazing. Okay. So let's use those while we can. Maybe, I don't know, should we engage the thing too? Let's engage the thing too. So we get a bit more juice and get out of the bad part of the atmosphere quickly. Okay. Going well so far. Let's bring up our everything in this field of view so we can see it properly. Okay. Oh no! Oh wow! I didn't pay attention and I need to turn like right now, or else we'll waste a lot of fuel. But we don't need to turn too much, because we'll fall to the ground and die a miserable death, although there's no astronauts, carbonauts on this piece of art. I don't know what I'm talking about. And we can push those now, because they burned out. We are at 20, so we don't need to turn so aggressively. How we are doing on fuel? We are doing great on fuel, wow. How we are doing on electric charge? We are doing amazing. So yeah, I think we are good to go. We have those ugly bits of decouplers on our ship, but I don't think it really affects anything at all. Okay. And I also don't think that attaching those boosters really helped. I think the separatrons worked way better. But let's now think about if we'll get to space. We already did a suborbital jump. Let's see how much time we can spend in space. Yes, we already getting in space, 76 kilometers. With this thing we can even reach my space station, I think. NPCS. Don't remember what it stands for, as always, with those stupid space stations. How much fuel do we have? We have 1.63 fuel left. In your normal real world, real rocket situation, that would be like basically no fuel. You cannot get anywhere with this amount of fuel. But we are a great small rocket for ants. Look how easy I can control this thing. Basically like your capsule. You know how you fly on a big rocket, then detach a small capsule with carbon out in it, and you start spinning like crazy because it's just so easy and you have so much control over your thing. This is basically how I feel right now. But this is a whole rocket. And that is what I was talking about when I was talking about small rockets are easier to control in Kerbal Space Program. And I can do fun things like 4 times physics warp, because it won't do shit to my rocket since it's so small and has so little parts. Yep. Basically, I'm amazing. Yes. Let's wait until we are on upper phases. I don't think we'll get too far in space, but we already got in space, so that's a great success. Tell me in the comments, guys, if you like those experimental / funny videos. I consider them funny anyway. And if you do, I will continue making them because I have a lot of ideas in mind for mk0 as well as for some other ideas. Okay, yeah, and that's basically all our fuel. Huh. How far did we get? We got some speed from that. Let's now time accelerate and see how good we land. Okay, now we are coming for landing. We can 4 times time accelerate since doesn't really affect anything in my rocket. Okay, when we get down to about 50, then I will slow down because I want to see how good it stands burning and stuff like that. The only thing that you can't do with this specific rocket is flying it during nighttime, because we don't have any batteries on us. So far looking pretty well, I say. But yes, it's probably not a good idea to send this rocket down for re-entry, because no matter how good your rocket is, yes, it starts to overheat. No matter how small it is. Well, I guess it's better than I thought it would be. Let's turn this side so we can heat up our other parts. It's freaking out. Oh wow, the parachute blew up instantly. Well, I guess we are not landing safely here. Okay, note for myself, don't turn the parachute to the burning part. Who would have thought? Everything else basically worked perfectly. Nice. Wow, I am impressed with my own creation, yes. Who needs big rockets, carbonine boosters and shit like that when you can just build a super small thing and fly it anywhere you want? Instead of nuclear engines you use ion engines, instead of nice and cozy capsules you use seats for Kerbals. Amazing. Thank you guys for watching. This episode was a very nice one, and compared to the last one where I didn't accomplish anything, today we really did a lot of stuff. with mk0. I'm really happy how this turned out. Leave your thoughts in the comments if you want me to do more of that kind of videos, and just your basic opinions about how cool this was. I think it was pretty cool. Don't forget to like this video if you liked it, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and that was andreasxp. I will see you in the next episode of Kerbal Space Program. Bye bye.